Diane in Denmark here, and it is Friday. I've got a mishmash video for you today. My thrift shopping expedition to Malmö in Sweden on Tuesday. I'm going to show you what I got there. I'm also going to show you what I did with the scarf that I was wearing last week, and give you a little update on my refashioning of boots and shoes with paint and with suede dye. Anyway, just before we get into that, I just want to remind you that if you're watching this video on the day that I make it, it's Friday, which in Flylady land, we have a daily focus for each of the days, just so we're not kind of always worrying about what are we supposed to be doing. So we've got a plan for things. Remember, just a little planning takes away all the last minute stress. Today in Flylady land, it is date night. Clean out your car, fill it up with petrol, and also tidy out your handbag, you know, your purse. If you've got a sports bag, the kids' backpacks when they come home from school. Anyway, I've made videos about those before. I'll put the link up there to each of the daily focus videos, and so if you need more help with that, there you go. Anyway, let's crash on with the more exciting stuff. Now, I said to you when we were in Sweden that we filled, which order should I take in? Because I've got stuff that I got from Sweden on Tuesday, plus I got some other stuff in other charity shops. But anyway, I'll start with, hold on, I'll start at the beginning. When we were in Sweden, I showed you that one of the charity shops that we went to, you could fill a bag, they had bags available, and you could fill up one of these bags for 50 Swedish krona. And I told you in the video what that cost. And I just also want to point out here, remember, if you're doing anything like this and you're in a thrift shop, just because you can fill up the bag doesn't mean that you need to cram it full and just take any old junk. Remember, just because something is cheap, or if somebody else gives it to you, or it was a gift, you know, if you had it a long time, that doesn't mean that you have to hold on to it. You know, if it's clutter, it's clutter. So don't go bringing stuff back from the charity shop or the thrift shop unless you really want it, okay? Because it's just more money down the drain and more clutter in your house. Anyway, and Vibeke and I, we took one of these bags, and I think when I came home, I counted there were 12 or 13 items. So that's 12 or 13 items for 50 Swedish krona, which is 35 Danish krona, and I think I said £4.29 or about $4 or $5 US dollars. And I think somebody said that was 6 Canadian. Anyway, I'll show you what was in what we got in which we filled up in that bag. So this was one of the items. I'm not quite sure it's a T1. I think it's more a T2, you know, in the Dressing Your Truth system. But I think I can jazz it up with some pearls or something. And I love the turquoise. And also it's from good old Bonnie Scotland. It's a Pringle sweater. Really good, warm wool, a classic. So I'm really pleased with that. So that was one of the items which came as part of the 50 krona bag. A really nice camisole, silky camisole, and just my size, and it's a really nice winter white colour. And I was looking for a new camisole, so that was a scoop. And then we have, and this was, you know, where we're just kind of pulling things, rifling through all the boxes. And we're very lucky here in Scandinavia. Our charity shops, everything, you know, is clean, and oftentimes the things are actually pressed and on hangers. So just be careful where you are. Maybe your places are not quite as clean and they need a good wash and press before you wear them. A really nice cardigan, and I don't know if you can see that, it's got little polka dots on it. How cute is that? And a wee bit of lace. And a really nice pink. So that is so type 1, and I'm thinking I'll probably be wearing it soon with my wee necklace here. So that was a great find. Here is a wrap over top, which I won't be wearing right now because it's too thin and cotton, but that will be going into my my box for the spring and summer. It's one from Benetton. So that's a nice one. It's slightly big, but I think I'll do something so I can really cinch it in at the waist. Vibeke found that for me. And Vibeke also found this one. This is actually a Zara top, you know, Zara. I love my Zara stuff. And this is a pink with a wee dot in it, very nice and light, and it has navy. Now this is not black, and I had a couple of questions yesterday about the trousers that I was wearing in yesterday's video. And I'm wearing my navy trousers. They may look black on camera, but these are navy, so this is going to be a fantastic top for me to pair with my navy trousers. The only people who are supposed to wear black are type 4s. But so if you see me wearing anything like that's my other navy trousers there will be navy. They're not black. Okay, because the black is too harsh. I'm actually not missing the black at all. And as you saw, my go-to outfits before were always my dark blue navy jeans. So there you go. And this was a top also in that bag for 50 krona, which I think I'll probably belt or jazz up with some jewellery. I'll show you the jewellery in a minute as well. And the last one is a little summer top, you know, gingham check, which would be really nice when it's warm and sunny again. So that will also be put away into my spring summer things. I'm not going to be wearing it just now, not because of the colours, but just the fabric just seems a bit silly to be wearing it in this kind of season. So that was everything that we got. Well, I'll just gather them up here. We got all of those. Hold on, they're falling off the hangers now. We got all of those, plus Vibeke got a couple of tops. She got a nice a couple of grey tops, and we also took a couple of things for our bestie Helena. We think she's a type 3, and a nice wheat coloured cotton knit. I think that'd be nice for Helena. And also this quite flowy top, and you can see these are definite type 3 colours, and this will look really great I think on Helena with some nice trousers. So anyway, but I haven't shown it to Helena yet. I haven't seen her for a couple of days, so that's fair. So, and the last thing, there was more in that bag. As I said to you, I think we got like 12, 13 items. The last thing which was in that bag was a turquoise aqua belt with a gold buckle. How T1 is that? So really pleased with that little charity shop. Also because it had the little bits of paper that you could open up and get your kind of fortune for the day. That was really sweet. So anyway, that was that shop. And then, let me see, in another shop, I think it was Murane, I got this pink jumper, which I was wearing on Wednesday's video, which you all loved. And plus I got this one, which I'm wearing right now. So I'm really pleased with these knits because I'll be able to layer them. You know, I can wear them right through from now, right through until the spring, and I can layer them, you know, with a little shirt or a blouse underneath when it gets cooler here, or wear a jacket on top. I'll probably wear this with a navy jacket and one of my little furry vest things. So these are going to be great layering pieces. So that was from that shop. Oh, hold on, not these gloves. And also in Murane, they had some fantastic jewellery, and I got a few sets of these little, you know, little bracelets. And I've found that since I've kind of gone back to my true T1 nature, I'm really enjoying wearing the bracelets again. I don't know if it's a T1 thing, but I'm really enjoying the little kind of jangly bracelets. And these are going to go fantastically with the pale lemon yellow stuff that I already have. And these were like 15 krona for a set. There you go, 15 Swedish. Also got them in my favourite pale aqua colour, kind of mint colour. And also they had a set, these were all together. I've actually opened them up. I got these in a set for 15 krona. I'm wearing one of them today, which also had one of those, a pearly one in the mint colour. This one's quite funny. It's got little skulls, little pink skulls. So those were like 15 krona for the whole set. Nice blue sparkly one. And, oh, were there more? Oh yeah, and a set of red. I went a bit mad on the jewelry. I like the jewelry because I can see that, you know, as before, I've said that, you know, I have my kind of main staple things and I can really change things up with the jewelry. And a navy necklace if I want to, you know, match up with my navy stuff. And these fantastic earrings. Now look at these. These are shells, and you know me, I love the sea. These are shells. And they've got a little sparkly bits at the top. And what I might do is I might separate them so I've got earrings like this and then just the shell one. But actually they look quite good with what I'm wearing today if I didn't have this big necklace on. So very pleased with those. Oh, and this was also from the place where we got the bag for 50 krona. Just some little pale, well, I don't know what colour blue that you would call that, but a nice light blue. Right, and then on to the last shop that we were in Sweden where I got something. Well, I got a blouse from another shop that I was wearing yesterday. That's in the wash. And in the shop that was called Emmaus, I got this really fantastic, you know, smoking jacket, as they call it, you know, an evening jacket. It's an H&M one, just my size, and it's got the silk collar. And I'm really looking forward to wearing this. This is going to be one of the items that I'm going to be wearing a lot when we go out in the evening. And I was thinking I may even wear it if I'm kind of daring enough. If I can just find it here. Hold on, here we are. With a little silk camisole underneath. Maybe not the one that I got here, but I was thinking that might look quite snazzy together, you know, in some nice jewellery. So let's wait and see about that. The other thing that I got in that Emmaus shop were these fantastic leather gloves. Now look at those. Really nice soft leather, just the right size. So, and I was very lucky in that shop. And oh, one last thing that I got from that shop, and then I can show you some other stuff, was, oh, I can see, everything's gone kind of aqua. Was this really nice warm woolly scarf, which is going to brighten up all my, you know, going out for winter, all my winter jackets. So that was the last one there. And the last three items that I'll tell you about from my recent thrift store finds. I mentioned to you yesterday this fantastic winter white puffer jacket, and I was thinking that this year I wanted to go for, you know, something navy or winter white. My daughter got a navy parka coat, not a puffer type, a parka coat. Was it last year or the year before? And she's not interested in it anymore, and it's going to be great for me. So I've now got a navy one, the one which she has decluttered, plus this one here. And I got this one for 60 Swedish krona, so like what, $6 or $7, about £5. And I got it from the charity shop, which is very close to our summer house in Sweden. And they've got really nice things at that charity shop. And there was a couple of small marks on the sleeve, but I put through this one can go through the washing machine, and it's come up beautifully. So I'm really, really pleased with that. And if I get any marks on it, back into the washing machine it goes. So I'm really pleased with those. And the other two things that I got from that shop beside our summer house, another knitted, a really good knit in a nice dark pink tint, which as before, I'll be able to dress up with different jewellery. And this one now, it's got a bit of silver thread through it, which is not strictly T1, but it's got lovely sparkly, can you see that? Oh yeah, little sequins on it, and it's a poncho, and I actually wore that last weekend, and that is great for me when I'm just kind of working around the house and I need an extra layer. You know, our house is on 3 stories and it's from 1933, so the heating is not always fantastic. And it's just a great extra layer, and I love that it's got a wee bit of sparkle about it. So yeah, and T1s, you know, we get to wear sparkle, all the bling, you know, rose gold jewellery, gold jewellery, anything that's kind of a bit flashy. So really pleased with that. And then I think that's everything from a kind of thrift store things. If not, I'll make another video. And then I just wanted to quickly tell you, because we're coming up for the 15 minutes, I wanted to tell you about how I did my scarf the other day. Now, I said to you, you know, I've been trying to look at ways to kind of jazz up what I have without spending more money. And I was playing about with scarves, you know, different ways to tie them. And you see, quite often I do a little kind of French knot at the side. And I took this scarf, which I really love the colours. And all I did was I took a chain necklace. This was also a charity shop find, this chain necklace. Let me see if I can get it. Was a huge chain necklace. And what I did was I just took it apart. I can actually do it with my fingers. It's not, you know, you can see it's quite cheap metal. And I just opened up the chain, took out some of the links, and what I did was, I'll open it up here, I threaded through the scarf. I'll just show you. So I kind of, you know, rolled up the scarf a bit, and then I started threading it through the chain. You see? And then the chain is thick enough to kind of hold it in place. I didn't need to do anything. I just put a little, I put it through one more time here just to stop it coming off. And then all you need to do is tie it, you know, to wherever you want. So I can easily take this off and put in a different scarf. So anyway, there wasn't much hocus pocus to it, but if you want to have a wee try with, perhaps you've got some kind of old chain belt that you've not really been using, maybe you want to try that. Now, last thing, hold on. I was out earlier this morning, I've got a bit kind of damp in my hair. Anyway, last thing I want to share with you was I have been refashioning shoes and boots with leather paint and leather dye. Now, I shall try and put a photo here of some old suede boots that I had, and I told you that you saw the little suede shoes that I changed from taupe to navy blue. I'll put a picture of it here, and also link to the video where I talked about that in detail. The painting the small peep-toed shoes, that was a little try for doing the big item. So here are the boots, and remember these boots, I've had them for years, and they were really not kind of roadworthy any longer. You know, I didn't really want to wear them outside any longer. So I've given them one coat with the navy blue suede dye, and you can see how they come up. I'm really pleased with these. Now they're a wee bit patchy in bits, but I think that's because they are very old boots, and I didn't want to go kind of rubbing them too much with the brush, because I didn't want to take off any more of the suede. But you can see they have come out a beautiful deep dark blue colour. And when I first, I did one layer on them, and the next day I kind of rubbed them, and I could see it was slightly coming off in my hand. So what I did was, because they say on the website of the brand that I used, you know, if you're worried about the colour transferring, they have a sealant, you know, one of these stain and water repellents. So I've used one that I've got. I've given them a good spray a couple of times, and I'm going to take them for a test drive today. So I will give you an update in the next video to see how I got on with them. But I am really pleased with those, and I think those are going to go fantastic. They're not black, they are blue. You see that navy blue? And they're going to go fantastically with my blue jeans and my blue trousers and my blue trench coat and my blue winter coat. So I'm really pleased with those. So definitely give it a try. If you know, don't do it on any kind of boots. You know, don't go out and buy a pair of boots and for the purpose of doing this. But if you've got some old boots that need sprucing up, This is definitely the way to go. Anyway, as I said, I'll give them a try today. I've not had any problems with the things which I've painted with the leather paint, but obviously suede is a different matter. And of course, I wouldn't go out in suede boots in, you know, in snowy weather here or anything like that, because suede is not as resistant to the elements as leather. But anyway, I'll give them a wee test drive today and I shall let you know how they are. Anyway, what time is it? Oh, right, okay. I've been talking for too long and I need to get on with my day. I will see you over the weekend because we're coming up for the Flyladies cruising through the holidays, and yes, for everybody who's asked, I will be doing it again. The Flylady starting on Monday, and I will be bringing you a video this weekend about the Flylady control journal, and then we will all be let loose on Monday. So anyway, that's it for me, Diane in Denmark, saying live long and prosper. May the Danish sugar be with you. Hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you very soon. And let's keep decluttering out there, handing on things that we're not using to somebody else. And if you have to buy new, try and buy, you know, used. Let's keep recycling stuff. Okay, so anyway, bye for now.